a horrific and very preventable tragedy occurred about a mile from where I'm standing right now. Welcome everyone, and thanks for being here. For today's excursion, we find ourselves in the Everglades, here to cover a tragedy, ValueJet 592 crash site and memorial. It is Florida's deadliest air disaster. And as you can see, Flight 592 took off on May 11th, 1996 from Miami International Airport, headed for Jackson Hartsfield Airport in Atlanta. And just 10 minutes after takeoff, the pilot reported smoke in the cockpit and also heard a very loud bang. A few seconds later, passengers could be heard yelling, "Fire, fire," before the plane plummeted into the swampy Everglades, about a mile, a little more than a mile north of here. The time of impact was 2:12 p.m. and 110 people lost their lives. And here, this memorial right off of the Tamiami Trail, or Alligator Alley as the locals call it, you see 110 pillars representing the 110 people who lost their lives. The recovery of the bodies was very difficult and took several weeks. Only 68 of the 110 occupants were identified. It's a very swampy land, obviously, in the Everglades, and they also had to deal with alligators and the depth of the impact of the plane. Very difficult recovery. And as an NFL fan, I was reading online about this tragedy. One of the passengers was actually an NFL player, Rodney Culver of the Chargers. He is one of the people that perished on this doomed flight. And here's a shot of the memorial from the backside. So what caused ValueJet 592, Flight 592 to crash? What made the pilot say smoke, smoke in the cockpit and hear the loud bangs and the passengers yelling, "Fire, fire"? What caused all that? Well, old oxygen generators were on the plane, Flight 592, and because they had expired, their date had expired, it was assumed that those canisters, those tanks, they were empty. Well, investigators concluded the canisters, A, were not empty, and B, activated and sparked the terrible fire that occurred on that fateful day. Even before the crash of Flight 592, ValueJet had a very poor safety record. After being temporarily grounded, ValueJet was purchased by AirTran, and it kind of merged together. And then in 2011, Southwest purchased AirTran, virtually or basically eliminating any traces ever of ValueJet Airlines. And as I look out toward the road here, this is Alligator Alley or Tamiami Trail, I wonder if people that are driving by here even know the significance of what they see on the side of the road. And see, we're about, maybe about 150 yards off of the road. I wonder if they even know what happened as they make their way from Miami over to Fort Myers area, Naples area. We're kind of closer to the Miami part of the Everglades, but obviously there's a lot of cars passing by. They're widening the road. I wonder if they have any idea what type of tragedy occurred here about 30 years ago now. And I just want to take one more moment to reflect on the memory of those who perished on ValueJet Flight 592 on May 11, 1996. Some of the items left here behind, you see the 110 names there, which is, again, the worst aviation disaster in Florida's history. You got some money there, a plane, some toy cars, dinosaur, bottles of water, basketball, golf ball, flowers and whatnot. But such a preventable tragedy, so avoidable. And with all that being said, in the memorial directly behind me, that is going to wrap it up here at the worst aviation disaster in Florida's history, ValueJet Flight 592, crashing here in the Florida Everglades. Please like and subscribe. Take care. Until next time, bye from the Everglades here in South Florida. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider becoming a channel member. If you already are one, thanks for the support. Let's grow this together.